you're not feeling good, you shouldn't be streaming.
Well, if I took the day off of work and then had an entire day planned out, but you only managed to do a little bit of it?
It happens.
Also, thank you for the hydrate, Nat.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, have you played this game before?
I've seen people play it, but I personally haven't played it.
Do you know the concept?
Yeah. You make different options to
Good morning.
get different endings.
How are you ladies
The whole
doing?
point is to get as many endings as possible.
Yeah. I'm doing good, Benedict. Better. Well, this is kind of a Groundhog's Day kind of scenario. Here, I can just let the first part play out. Since it kind of resets the base every 2 days. I think I did 2 scenarios. Although we could just as easily just start over. Do you have a preference?
No. You do you.
Okay, I guess I'll just...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
Can you hear that?
is a cabin.
Yeah.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've also played something similar. Wicked Willow is very similar in that it's basically a novel in game form.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right? Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Should we take the blade or just go downstairs?
Jeez. Oh. Let's go see what's in the basement.
Okay, explore the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Will you say hi? Just say just checking on you. I'm here to save you. Lie about saving you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Or just continue walking down the stairs.
I'm always the proponent of hi.
Don't be a
I
stranger.
do that a lot in
It's
D&D.
been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on a second, let's talk for a bit. Or I'll see what I can do and look at the chains.
I feel more comfortable talking a little bit.
Okay?
Okay.
What's her name? What do you know? Or I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit, while I can get to know each other better and decide what to do. I'm sorry, I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up. This isn't worth the risk of taking your word over the potential fate of the world. Go back up the stairs and retrieve the blade without saying anything to the princess. I can't believe they would keep you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
I'm curious about the food and drink thing.
Ah, here it is.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
But it is relevant. How is she alive then?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay, back to the other questions.
I don't know anything about you. I only know you're locked up here for some reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
I just love how her eyes are drawn.
They're so big.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
If I remember correctly, one of the endings you got was you did get the one where you saved her, right?
Yeah, I got the happy ending where we fell in love and got out. And then one where she became domineering and I became her devoted servant. I wanted to try this game since the first of it. Yeah. Can't believe it took us this long to get to this one. I've always been swollen, so other stuff. Okay, do you have any other ones?
I don't have a preference at this point.
Ask more questions? Promise to get her out? Or try to go back to the blade? Or just be passive aggressive to her?
Why don't we try to go back through the blade? Because I want to know what happens when we actually kill her.
Okay.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
We probably should grab the blade first.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall.
That escalated quickly.
But she is nowhere to be seen.
Okay then.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
This just became a lot more creepy.
Hello? We're off on the wrong foot. I think we should start over. She lost an arm. I'm locked down here. And letting her bleed out? Or let's finish this?
My brain goes, let's finish this. This is too creepy.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Look up, motherfucker.
Investigate the arm or close the door behind you?
I mean, if we close the door behind us and she comes up, we're gonna hear it open.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go that route. I don't want to go anywhere near that arm. I don't trust it. Like, if we get close, something's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Motherfucker, I didn't meet with us in here!
Investigate. Come on, let's get this over with, or I'll wait.
Come on, let's get this over with.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait, or venture into the shadows?
I don't want to make the first move.
Okay, so we'll wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Damn it.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Keep waiting or venture to the shadows?
Fine, we'll venture into the shadows, motherfuckers.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Crap.
Okay, then. I think we
The
died.
velocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Bitch.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Whenever you start the second chapter, you also gain a voice of who you were in the first chapter.
Okay.
So now, well, we're the voice of the hero, there's a narrator, and now there's the voice of the hunted.
Okay.
Basically the one who sounds depressed.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
I mean, it's only fair. She didn't kill us this time.
Do you want to try and figure out what's going on with the time skips, or just go to the cabin?
Sure, go with the first answer.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Talk about the princess, go to the cabin, turn around.
Oh, let's just go kill the princess. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Bill!
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Eh.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it
Hopefully
just
you're
acting
doing
out
well.
its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
No. If you have the choice, never take anything seriously.
Maybe.
Woke up, so good progress so far. Mm-hmm. You checked out the first box for your day, Bale. Okay. New option, proceed to cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Huh.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Normally in the other two scenarios. Thanks, Lizzie. Normally in the other two scenarios, the inside of the cabin changed to like a tower dungeon. But this time it stayed the same.
Interesting.
And then there's the mirror on the wall. Let's see. Why didn't you explain anything about the mirror on the wall? This whole cabin seems a bit different than last time. Approach the mirror, take the blade, or just go to the basement.
You
Elsa's
didn't
a bit
explain anything
cutie.
about a mirror. Start with that.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I want to look at it myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter. Remain silent or walk to the mirror.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
There's now just wall there. And we have claws on our hands.
Yeah, I was like, why is our hand clawed?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone.
Okay, this whole cabin seems off. Take the blade or go downstairs.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Explain how the cabin's different or just go downstairs.
Just get it over with. Let's just go downstairs. Get this over with.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
Seems more like a mine shaft this time. Or a cave.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral,
Right.
impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Hey, Grandmoth. Doing beautifully. I'm doing better. Thank you for asking. Also, I'm not sneaky. Why does everyone call me Stinky Slime?
I don't know.
Hmm.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter
That
what
was
she
good.
is. It only matters what she does.
What are you gonna say, Reem?
I was gonna say, there's no way she's just a princess at this point.
Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
Because it's out of love? Aww. I'm just trying. You're not the only person who said it, so I'm wondering how that became a thing. Just. I don't mind if you do.
Yes, shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Ask where? Don't you hear that clicking? She's in chains again? We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right? Move. Stand still.
Move. Just move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Chimera?
Okay then.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other, but what if I helped you? What if we left together? What if we get out of here when you're alone? When you left already? Stop hiding, show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world, and I'm starting to believe that's true, or just run to the stairs?
Stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Same questions?
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
Princess of what?
She is clearly
Honestly.
not. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
What exactly are we supposed to take back the momentum here? Survive, wait for her to strike, and hit her back, play dead, stand still.
I'm torn between survive and wait for her to strike and strike her back.
Okay,
Which would you prefer?
they both sound good. Do you want me to flip a coin?
Sure.
Okay, heads first option, tails second option. Tails. You wait for her to strike?
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
Hey, Grisabella.
That
Is
hurts.
it though?
Are you just
Yeah.
the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
Right.
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief.
I'm
and though
doing
you
better,
inflict a few
thank you
deep
for asking.
wounds, you find yourself
Hopefully you're
quickly
feeling well.
overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor. She wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Well, we're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a
Okay,
path
then.
in the Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
That's different. Normally after the second death, we go to a place called, I think it's like the Far Beyond or something. We see the version of her, and then she joins part of her consciousness with one of her other pieces. I don't know why we have a completely new voice.
Well, we're in the den.
Yeah, if they're in a jungle type thing, there shouldn't be at their chapter.
You felt her. She didn't have a
Yeah, we
soft
still have
body.
Hunted?
She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you. Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
Do we not have the voice of the hero?
And how do you intend to do that? We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows. Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the
Oh,
fact
there
that
it
he
is.
knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we? He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Okay, what's the plan? The path is different than before. I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know? Or what are you not telling me? What if we just leave? What happens then? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's go there. Proceed in silence to the cabin. Okay, and don't just turn around and leave.
I want answers.
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
Same answers? Questions?
Let's just go.
Proceed silently or just convince them to go?
Proceed silently.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. So, we need a plan. We've already been over the plan. I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
The best kind of plans?
It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing. The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all.
There doesn't seem to be a way down. There's just a knife on the trunk and the mirror in the center.
The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade, even if it's not a very big one. Great. That mirror's back, and it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us. If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Take the blade or approach the mirror.
Just take the blade. I don't want to do some
Yes,
bullshit.
take the
here.
steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. One step closer to ending this.
Okay, only option, approach mirror.
Yep.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Wipe the mirror or try to smash it?
I'll wipe it.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Definitely like that line.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
We haven't finished business. We should talk. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. Lie about saying you can let her out of here. Or say nothing and silently proceed down the quote-unquote stairs.
I don't want to give away our position by talking. Let's just move.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Staying quiet, aren't we? We don't have to do this. Step into the shadows, ready to fight. Or step into the shadow, try to lure her out. So probably one of the last two options, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say be ready for a fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. Swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment. See? I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now. But you don't have long before she lunges again, re-engaging with even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your heart. Or reaches a climax. And
But he doesn't respond. Eyes glare at you from the untextured threads of the world unraveling. Am I free, they ask? Hands come out and grasp her, and she joins the other fragments. You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memories returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end of you, but it's not the end of me. I'm going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. If you always get scared, or just approach the mirror.
Approach the mirror.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. The thing looks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Gazes onto your reflection. Suddenly you reach forward. They're gone. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered? That's not good.
Nope.
You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be contradictions. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? You know that this is the end. Once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you. I don't like that answer. Do you know what happens to the world after you leave behind? Have you figured out what you want when we're finished? Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I don't want to go back anymore. I want to stay here forever if I have to. I'm ready to go back, attack the entity, or destroy your body. That's a lot of questions.
Honestly. The one about us hurting each other. Go with that one. I want to see where that
changes me,
leads us.
but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems too distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no option one way or another. It doesn't matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're tormenting me. I hate it. I think I hate you. Think I kind of like the top answers.
You what?
There's no point of making her mad at us.
Yeah, I don't want to make her mad either.
So one of the top two is probably best. Since technically the only fragments that are part of her are ones that kind of like us. Or at least for now anyways. I'm not sure what happens if you assemble the pieces in a different order. But yeah. As it
know,
could, yeah.
Do you want to do one or two?
Probably one. Because
Okay.
the base of this model is still love, so I guess.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Yay. Okay, back to the original questions. Contradictions. What do you think of this vessel? And how many other vessels do we need? Stuff like that. Or just proceed to the next area.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
You pick one. I don't know what to pick at this point.
Ask how many more vessels that we need to bring her.
We will know when we near our destination.
Not answer. How can you stand the contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It feels like we're actually getting answers, though.
So we probably should do as many questions without making her mad at us. Ask about the world we left behind. Figure out what we want to do when you're finished. Oh, hey, Midnight. Yeah, just getting a bit handsy. Yeah, it is a little handsy. Definitely something more of a Japanese demon. But I think it's in a different context. Okay, what do I bring you next? Got a few more. Okay. Let's ask about the world.
Sure.
Of the previous world.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want to do when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves. But none
Looks
of
like
them
someone
rise
that
above their
didn't eat
dance
out
to
just there.
influence me.
Jill?
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Aww.
That's sweet.
We can press the question button. I hope you and your guests are doing. We are doing well today. This is Reinhardt.
Hi.
She's my girlfriend. Hey.
And because I can.
Huh. Nah.
It's still my favorite Ruby.
Obvious reasons. Fires towers love to torture me. Okay.
It's not so much torturing you, it's just more, I like hearing dicks.
Short and sweet?
Yep.
Okay. I think that's all the answers you're gonna get unless we press the questions.
Up to you if you want to press them, or if you just want to...
Nah. Hasn't really given
Move
us a
on.
reason to.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Back to chapter
I'm not
1.
the only one that heard the breaking glass, right?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I think that's kind of like the mirror breaking.
Fair.
Okay, we can skip all the auxiliary stuff. I mean, with how often I use that sound on my streams, I can't really criticize. Yeah, it is a fairly common one. Okay, thank the narrator for telling us the information. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch, Viva la Revolution, or proceed quietly.
Aw, there's no turn back when you're at this point? Or does that option only show up,
Check, I did do that once. It actually broke reality.
Okay then.
It kind of started spawning multiple cabins and the world kind of imploded.
Ah, okay. Well, might as well just thank the narrator and keep moving.
I haven't seen this one before, which is weird.
What, thanking the narrator?
Being a little too excited about killing the princess.
Look, we're actually gonna fucking do it this time. God damn it.
I mean, we did last time, so let's go.
Spirit.
Be a little excited.
You make your way up the short path.
Okay. Proceed to cabin.
The interior
Basic
of the
layout.
cabin is almost as blade is your in.
Grab blade or go in the basement.
Grab blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult.
Go to basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing
standard
a voice
stuff.
carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds
That's...
dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
So her attitude changes.
Interesting.
Yeah, it changes drastically depending if you grab or not grab the weapon.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, just checking in. I think I'm gonna kill you or continue down the stairs.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Wait, why does our voice sound different?
I genuinely don't know.
It sounds much older.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you think that? Oh yeah, you're. Call me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. I haven't decided yet. I just want to talk. Steal your nerve. Step forward.
Haven't decided yet. That's a lie. I have decided.
Do you want to choose that option?
Yeah, I still want to choose that option. I'm just mentioning for everybody else involved that. No, I
How
have
about you
decided.
drop the
I'm
knife, and the two of us just talk.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
What? Kill you? What? Why did you say that? Easily had to play behind back? Totally. Okay, drop it or tighten your grasp.
tighten your grasp.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Hey, Smith.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
Hey,
Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm doing better, Smith. Hopefully you're doing well.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's unarmed? I'm sorry, but can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, or try to kill her.
Let's try and kill her. I want to see what actually happens when we try and kill her this early on.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
No.
A moment of
Oh, is she gonna
distraction
punch her?
as you needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Give up. Finish job. Flee and lock her in the basement.
Finished job. I am determined to see where this goes.
Ray's not afraid to shrink a bitch.
I am
You and
not.
the princess
I woke up
stare
and
at each
chose
other,
violence.
both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Princess haven't had a feed in a while, and somehow Mr. can't whoop ass.
The two of you clash for the final time.
Oh god, I think we
You
did
feel
it.
your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Yeah.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
No.
No.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Yeah, same questions about... Okay, now?
Wait, that already happened?
But I died? How'd I get here? She's gonna kill me again? But I already slew the princess? Sure, she almost killed me, but I definitely got her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that one. Like,
I can
dude,
assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
What, do we not get another voice?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us.
Ah, we got stubborn again?
The thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Okay, proceed at the cabin.
A warning.
Yeah.
Before she will lie.
Are you the point of my warning, the princess?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Okay, which cabin we got?
It looks about normal.
The cabin is
Oh.
tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its
That's
cold
different than
stone
the others?
walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The
Yeah,
only
it's even
furniture
different
of
than the
note
other
is a
stone
black
one.
iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Ask about the mirror, approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement.
Take the blade. I assume the
You
mirror
take
is
the
just
blade
gonna
from the
keep
altar.
disappearing.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Mirror, or just go down to the basement?
Yeah, might as well approach it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Try to clean it off
Reach
again.
forward and rub your...
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Huh.
Okay,
I wonder what
then.
happens if we try to smash it the other time.
I mean, I assume you like fall through it.
True.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
But a good fight's
Why
always
not
fun.
both?
As you descend the final step, The
A
form
devil
of the
variant?
princess comes into view.
Okay.
A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too.
Smash, wait, I mean... Definite smash?
Honestly. Like, there's a reason she's called the adversary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Step on me, mommy.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened. You look different. So you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Like how we both still alive. I haven't decided on what to do yet. Slay her. I don't know what's happening to you since the last time you met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. Hey man. Hey Tazu.
Go up. I don't know. Oh god. You went too far.
This one?
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not here for a fight.
True.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Cookies? Yeah. Nom.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. I've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know. Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
I think we gave him a mental breakdown.
Just a little.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. Don't know the depths of my apathy. I know I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Blah blah blah. Don't worry, I'm gonna do a good job. You got me pretty much everything you said was true, or remain silent. Will you tell twist the blade? Hey.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do a good job.
Okay.
Great. Focus up and do it then.
Honestly, this seems like what happens to a TM in a standard D&D campaign. Little breakdown.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I've broken my DM a couple of times. On accident, mind you.
Okay, back to the first questions. Do we want to ask her stuff or just attack her? Or run?
Attack the princess. I want to get into this fight. I want to see where this goes.
Rain wants to throw hands?
I've chosen
Finally,
violence.
ready to complete your
this round.
destiny's task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, Your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood.
Go for the booba?
But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you
How'd you
right back
last time?
down to the basement floor.
She had a glow up. That's it. Mm-hmm.
You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
Mm.
She almost looks disappointed.
Aww.
Is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Made an opening to outmaneuver her, strike at her heart head on, or run.
I hate that I'm going with the stubborn voice, but I want to so bad.
Just go for the heart.
Yep.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
One moment.
You're fine.
That one. I want. Here it is. Right. Most beautiful VTuber. Hey, oh, thank you, Smith.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
Push through her entire elbow? Or forearm, I guess?
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing. Unlock the blade and attack her from a different angle.
I'm not gonna try and push through the goddamn R.
But Mr. Stubborn wants us to do it.
Mr. Stubborn can kiss my ass. That's not. You can't. The life is not long enough to do enough damage that way.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee.
Mommy?
It collides with your ribs.
Dang it.
And you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
Broken bone isn't just a phase. The bone is broken. Does not work anymore. This protagonist is Mortal Kombat physics. True.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Another chapter 3?
Needle of the Eye of the Needle. Okay.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here.
Right.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Okay, then.
Haven't talked enough about how different this place is. We haven't even... I won't even call these woods. Like, her influence is pointing out to the world. Agree with the plan. Would I rather do something else, no matter what happens next? I think all the answers are in the cabin. Oh, hey, Kay! Oh, this is Slay the Princess. Being silent or turn around? Hey. Okay, good. Yeah?
My thought is the answers are in the cabin at this point.
Uh-huh. Convince the others to just walk in silence? That it was a dragon. It says it's like the... Well, last time she became a chimera, now she's a demon. She kind of changes a lot, depending on how you treat her. Okay, so silence or talk to the others?
You might as well talk to them. Be like, guys. Guys!
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
Ah.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, We need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Thank you, Kay.
The blade is your implement. See, we have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. Then take it.
Hey.
Just grab the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
Thank you for the hydrate, Kay.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And stretch.
Good. There's no overcoming her without it.
Complain about the mirror or just approach the mirror?
We might as well just approach it.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open. All we see is a damned mirror. This really is just like last time. It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Wipe it or smash it?
Screw it, let's try smashing it this
Elsa
time.
Slime Girl and Reinhardt 1120 are two of Twitch's most epic and legendary VTubers ever.
Hey.
Don't think it'll help, but
Thank you, Kay.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her, rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Yeah, you're gonna be a smartass?
I always like being a smartass.
Wanna fight? How about you come over here? Reasons, Kay? Are you sure you still wanna fight? Continue to this? Okay.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
No.
Those chains were nothing to her last time. There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Alright, down we go.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot.
Thanks, Infamous.
There is solid ground beneath you.
Okay, what are the feelings there's gonna be a dragon this time?
That'd be
Remember,
fun.
every crack and
Hey,
crevice
pizza.
will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow
Okay,
tunnel.
now just Super
The
Demon.
princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
Hey.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
I think she's getting off on this.
Well, since she asked so nice.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stamping
Hey.
out her chains.
Hey,
let her
Vanitas.
become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I'm doing better. Thank you for asking. Kay says, hey, Rain.
Hello. How are you,
I
Kay?
really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Hey.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Talk
As I
this.
said, she did ask nicely.
True. But I think we're supposed to be an asshole to her. Let's talk a bit first. I always wanted to fight. We almost fight we're done, but I have questions. I want to know what happened after you killed me. Go down here. If you want to fight, you have to come get me. If you want a good fight, you really want to see me at my best, we need somewhere more spacious. Why don't you want to be free? Why do you insist on fighting me to the death down in the dark? I'm not fighting you. Step closer. Is that being outside of her chains? Or just try to kill her? I wonder what happens if you keep her waiting. Good question. So do we antagonize her or do we goad her?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's your decision. My thought is, she asked nicely. I'll give her a fight if that's what she wants.
Yeah, but she can beat us in a straight up fight. She already proved that last time. And now she's stronger. So we can either get her to rile up or go to an area where we're stronger.
As I said, up to you.
Okay.
I've been making a lot of the decisions. Your turn.
Okay, stay just outside of her attack range.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Huh.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
Always?
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Think this is called edging?
Bloody desire in her
Oh,
eyes.
that didn't work. That did not work.
Forward, ignoring her chains and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
Tweet, tweet. But she can just break the chains. Why she even bother? That's the eternal question.
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us.
Little bird, what did you think we are? Twitter? Mm-hmm.
Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
I think she might be a little obsessed.
Just a little.
Do it.
At least this time around.
I love the narrator of the game. Mm-hmm.
she's not. Let your body move you.
We're going Ultra Instinct? Talk now. Okay. Taunt, question, or slay?
Just slay. Let's do this.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Being blind? The way...
Yeah, whoa.
Hey, me-chan! No, like that. I wish you can... For no second though, I thought you said lay the princess. True.
So are you laying the princess?
I mean, in the past we have.
Hey.
Right now we're slaying, though.
Well, this time it's more
Laying?
snoo-snoo.
So you laying her? Ooh, nice.
She can probably bench press Lady Dimitrescu.
Her body braces
Listen, that
for
just
impact,
means she get to
anticipating the crash.
she get to a position where she lifts you up.
That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned.
We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how
this
it
is the
always needed
hole.
to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
She wants us to fill her hole?
She wants you to see her hole.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood
Fuck
pouring from
already.
wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going, we can't stop, now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the
Snoo.
ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
We're really good at getting each other killed?
Honestly.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And?
But didn't you Rob just take her into the abyss?
Yeah, that's technically what we're doing. We're trying to create different fragments of her personality, and we're leading them out to be captured by that thing, and then they're slowly being reassembled.
What?
No chance to respond, nor we ever...
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror, we just need to find the princess!
So your character apparently has multiple personalities.
Every time you die and the thing gets reset, you get a version of yourself from your past life. So if you keep on messing up, before capturing the princess? You keep getting different voices?
So far, we have the hunted, the hero, and the stubborn.
Yeah. And one of the ones I did earlier, we had the smith.
So we have a Scotsman, an Irishman, and
Horny Bard.
another Scotsman. I was gonna say another Scotsman.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
Okay, we have the voice of the hero, but technically not the full voice, because every time we reset, we lose our memory. So therefore, the hero who we are is not us until we cross the mirror. And therefore they die and we take over. Bit trippy. Oh, and we have giant clawed arms.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that. I'm like, is that our arm?
And every time we get another piece, something happens to us. We grew once and then we withered. The remains, we are unraveled. Huh.
Okay, so we're unraveled at this time.
Find yourself in the long quiet yet again. Let's go talk to our fragmented girlfriend, I guess.
Pretty much. I mean, we
Oh no,
nothing
she's
to do
Super
here.
Saiyan.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
She's getting body rubs. Applied lotion.
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know, or do you want to tell me? There are trees and stars and people. There are trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least that's what's supposed to be people. Do you think there's anything real out there? Or do you think we're the only real? What are your thoughts on the vessel? Do you know what's going on to happen once you've awakened? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them are something else. They call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? Okay, that's an interesting question.
I kind of want to know her answer on that.
No,
she has a narrator.
their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know that for a fact. Because I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. And when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. Okay, do we want to kill the narrator? Do we want to confront the narrator? Or do we want to remain indecisive?
I say kill the narrator. Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, we've now assembled 4 pieces of her. And at least half the pieces actually like us. Okay. So yeah, I think. Okay, do we? Our only 2 answers are either kill.
No, don't kill her. Kill the narrator.
I know. The 2 responses that are probably best for us are either kill the narrator or confront him together with her. And get answers.
Confront him.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay, I think she wants us to kill him.
Els, this thing about this. Imagine what you could do with those hands.
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
This philosophy is getting a little out there for me.
We can ask about vessels
Look,
again if you
Mark.
want. Or she can touch
Listen,
you if you
lady,
would
we
want.
just came here for snoo. You don't have to get all philosophical on us.
I don't know. I found the adversary very interesting.
Yeah.
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then
Oh.
gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
That's interesting. Okay, good thing we ask her again. Okay, ready to head back? Do you want to ask her more questions?
I don't know what to ask her at this point.
True.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Okay, one part love, one part chimera, one part demon.
I will be here, waiting for you.
He's waiting to give you snoo. Wait, is it going backwards now?
You're on a path in the woods.
Or was that
And
a
at the end of
prelude?
that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin,
Every time we complete a fragment, we go back to the beginning without need the voices.
Oh, it's chapter 1 again?
Uh-huh. And we only have to find one more fragment to technically complete it.
The question is, how do we find said fragment?
don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I think by exploring different avenues.
Path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
You feeling better, sweetie?
Yeah, I am feeling a
The
little
interior
better,
of the
Alice.
cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Thank you, Alice. Okay, I got an interesting thing.
Okay.
Our normal actions, we normally get one of the two aggressive voices.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we try to pick up the lover voice first and then go violent?
Is option.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, therefore we're going to skip the blade first.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Oh, I get it. When he says the end, he means the end. He's basically saying the end of the narrator. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, the narrator cannot exist per different chapters, because every time we jump chapters, it resets the narrator, and technically destroys his version of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just...
I'm back from the dusty
keep her
underworld.
chained
Did you know what I
somewhere
got
in
there?
the cabinet.
Nah. Hope you're doing well. If there's no key, any other ideas? I'm going back upstairs to check around. See what's lying around. Maybe I can find it up there. Okay, so look for that.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Move over. Yay. That's always wonderful. Hey, Sam. Are you gonna stretch? And the hydrate.
Well,
Well,
you're
that's
alone in the
just
basement with her. Time to make sweet love.
You try
Pretty
the
sure we've
door.
already done that.
It's locked from the outside.
Aww.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Would you always been an ass to us?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Between this game and Stanley Parable, we piss off narrators a lot.
True. Well, there's also Icy.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Take the gun and shoot the narrator? Mm-hmm.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her
Oh!
arm,
Oh, that's
tearing through her limb with
That
the
went
I
from
gotta
1 to
look
100
away.
fast?
I gotta look away.
Nom.
Tell me when it's off screen.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
This narrator's
Or
saying,
we could
the
use it to
narrator's
free you.
railroading the campaign.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom nom nom.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut
Tastes like
into
chicken.
her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
That's nasty.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Did she just give you her handy?
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of
How
that.
is she
The
not
stakes
dead
are
from
too
blood
high.
loss?
You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Seems like the narrator's the bad guy.
Approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
The narrator's cheating.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Warn the princess? Well, I think that's grayed out since I already did it before. Am I even allowed to click it? No, I can't.
Okay, there's no going back now.
Cheating bastard.
Ready to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart.
What a cheating
She's
bastard.
fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces
Not
on you with the same
necessarily.
animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, and her teeth somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
What's kind of hot?
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you.
Just some
She
light
stares down
board.
at your ravaged
Yeah.
form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the
I
reality
hear it's
of what's
nipple
happened.
biting time. So are you doing all day today?
Okay. No, I don't think I'm gonna do all day. No. S not C. Say devil.
Everything goes dark.
Okay, so we're completely locked out of the good ending.
Okay.
The witch?
Which witch?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Okay, do we question the fact that she killed us? Or do I just... Because if we question, or if we do that, then we probably get a Voice of the Hunted again?
Up to you.
Which one have you not done yet?
I think just remain silent and go forward. Don't hesitate. Because I was forgetting to turn the stuff on. I turned the stuff on and just disconnected.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will... Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
You're the one that cheated, narrator.
Oh, the opportunist. That's new.
Okay, what type of cabin will we get?
The interior of the cabin is a mix of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade
Go
is
at the
your
mirror.
equipment. You'll need it if you want to do
Mirror
this
doesn't
right.
exist?
At least not to the narrator.
The narrator cannot see the mirror. All the voices can, and if we go to try and interact with it, it just disappears.
Yep.
Approach the mirror, take... Actually, let's not take the blade again.
no blade.
Did you ask about the? Oh, you didn't ask about the mirror.
Into.
You've heard it before?
No.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into
Oh no,
the
it's
earth
in a
below.
hole.
The ceiling is
Have you
thick
closed the
with
door?
roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Well, it looks like one.
Yeah.
That's a booty hole.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines
Yeah,
in the
Elle's going down the
darkness
booty hole.
like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
We know for a fact you bite. And if
What was
she's...
that?
The thing...
Dog doesn't bite. Yes, it do.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
The opportunist is interesting.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room
Oh, she's
below.
got a cute little tail. Give it a pull.
Yeah, this is called the witch, so...
Pull on the tail. She might
You
find
can
it
just
kinky.
make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back.
I switched
Fine.
them. I
I'll
switched to
play along for
PC.
now. What do you
No.
want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
Oh my god! I just realized.
Well,
One sec,
you
Els.
seem to
I'm
be
looking at her
great
feet, her tail, her hair, and her dress. She's tricky. She's tricky.
Yeah?
Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time.
Nope, you're
fighting
non-binary,
against something that's
narrator.
Clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all of this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
No.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Just give her some Yu-Gi-Oh
Well,
cards.
I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh my. Els, you a tongue?
Oh no, things got messy last time. You get out of those chains on your own. Why did I? You gonna stab me? Don't trust you? No.
Ooh, smart. Let's
I'm actually
apologize,
waiting for a
get us back
Yu-Gi-Oh
on the
card
right
to come in the
foot.
mail.
Hey, which card?
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Rawr.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Get the sense you're not happy with me. I did last time, you didn't. If anyone here should be trusted you, look, I know. Okay. Classic. Okay, why Verizon Black Chick and not Blackstone of Legend? And pass here. If we can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I don't want to
It's
fight.
a beast entrapment card, made to condemn slimes like elves.
No. Hey, Red Robo. Get the
I'm pretty sure you have a minor idea of where you want this to go.
Yeah. Love each other. You want to fight, but I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want.
No. Talk the original, not the new version. Just want the other for completionist sake? Or are you making a dedicated Red Ice deck?
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please. But it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you. And you alone.
Challenge Tricky to a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That might help you win.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
God dang it.
She's gonna snoo you. Wait,
Could've gotten
it's
out of
tricky.
those the
She's
whole
gonna get her
time,
cock.
that Sneaky little. A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
She is tricky. She has cards.
Hey.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
Give her a hug.
Beep.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have
I like your little
If
mouth.
anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back
Meow.
on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
With bang.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help
The
her out of
princess
here,
is cute
you're
too.
going to regret
Yeah.
it.
No.
Alice, the moment you turn around, she's gonna whip out her cock.
And?
God damn it.
We have combination of partner dice. If the partner has both of their dice, they determine the FW. Fair! Okay, let's go first.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
I personally poked my butt. That's because there is.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent.
Definitely feels like he's arguing with the DM.
In no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
The DM's trying to railroad the campaign.
Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall,
Loosen her nature?
gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken.
Oh god, you broke your
All it
back,
takes,
kinky.
really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We're going to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
It's
what
Tricky blew out Elsa's back. This is not canon.
Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive.
Oh, thank you for the right, Tomo.
Hey, Tomo.
Should I give you a shadow real fast? Hey. Hopefully you're doing well. Aww. Hey. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Still hurt a bit, but that's
What happened?
Hey.
What
I started
happened,
having
Els?
some massive cramps at the end of yesterday's stream.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, Tomo, Alice, and Zen told me to go to bed.
Too much ice cream.
Hmm.
Too much ice cream, not enough head pats.
Getting really good shinies, Tomo?
And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
Steven's on the mark, look over the mark, you're the kid. Nice.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Is this the first time someone's blown Elsa's back out on stream?
Before lines of see. Hey.
Maybe you were, and maybe you weren't. But even more than I wanted my freedom, I really, really wanted to hurt you. And you know as well as I that by our very natures, only one of us could make it up those stairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Yay.
Damn, that was hardcore. You both blew each other's backs out.
Broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
We soft-locked ourselves?
Oh no.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond?
Oh damn.
I think he's gone.
Yay.
Can he still clean the fragment?
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try... Is that a mirror? This doesn't feel right. It feels... If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voices feel distant. Can you see what it looks like this time? Go forward, once again, the mirror takes you lead. See what's in? You are nothing at all?
It feels like I'm nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid sexy princess.
Well, nothing can you do. Try first to go.
Is that a bird?
Okay. Yes? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refuse. Reflect your gaze and you see a figure faint and veiled in shadow. Just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
God damn it! Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of the glass in two. And then the jacket strikes broken glass. What does that mean? We can't? Okay, that's not good. Another crack forms, and another turns the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. You're the narrator, and I was wondering if I'd ever see you. What are you? Something like me? If you are not me, then what are you? I have some questions for you.
A cockatrice is a chicken born from a snake egg. Can petrified but tastes good when cooked long enough.
I said the first one.
Was it hurt? I'm sorry to destroy everything you said. Every time I ask you something, a little piece breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? Are you one of our Slave Princess, and why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same with me all along? I was supposed to see this, wasn't I? What's this place?
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
All of them?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Of course. That is by both
You need to
necessity
do a
and
smash or
desire.
pass of the princesses when you beat the game.
True.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into
So
another
is this
world.
basically just my mod Ace's board right here?
Maybe.
Is the narrator Ace the whole time?
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
I want to know what is the princess.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that. Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Ooh, that's good. Why didn't you tell him from the start?
Yeah.
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Rest easy, I say. Not the lie to the legit one.
No.
No, we're gonna save her? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Technically the pieces I made of her Echo are technically good pieces.
Okay, and then not gonna slay her.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Bye, Felicia.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
Imagine an actual P version of this game where you actually are mentally each version of the princess.
Wait, was that Rain laughing or was that a dog barking?
Neither.
Oh.
That was me?
Oh, do I have brains? Oh, I don't know. I thought I saw rain light up when it happened.
Nope.
Yourself a newfound clarity? You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up.
She's
Oh,
a vast and
this is you?
nasal god. She can unclog your nose.
Wait, we are the being that was reassembling her?
Interesting.
We were the void? Someone's favorite anime is clearly Goblin Slayer. True. Right to the heart of things. No final vessels to bear witness to. There's nothing to. Aww.
Wait, so we are nasal Scott? Stops nose congestions?
I can finally see you.
Yay.
You can finally see me.
Oh, Els gets her harem.
Yay. I don't know that you...
As Raptor would say, titties everywhere.
I don't know about you, Rena, but I see this as a win.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
How many vaginas does she have?
Her dress is made of her sexy ladies. Oh, I miss you too.
She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and patiently awaits for you to continue.
Names are their attempts
The void
to
welcomes
capture that
all,
which cannot
discriminates
be
none, and
captured.
shuns those who shun
They
it.
call me
Accept
the
the nothingness,
shifting mound,
drink deep and descend with
a
us.
pale imitation of what I actually am.
She is sex incarnate.
Drink the void titty milk.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Yeah, because without death, there's no learning or whatever. Death is part of life.
Well, they tried to kill her and thus destroy the concept of death itself?
Yeah, so technically the construct was the evil one.
Yeah, the Echo was?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Death isn't something.
Open the final door, aka our legs.
Sometimes it's the only answer.
Yeah.
Can you really truly save someone if just causes them more pain?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Do we want to explore more?
I think we just won the game. Do not slay. Do not slay. Make social.
Nothing brings me greater
Let death
joy
be.
than to hear
Have you not seen what immortality does in
The
Star
final
Rail?
peace
The
lies
abundance
with
turned
you.
PPL into zombies.
You fall into yourself? The body of ancient creature stirs from the hibernation and feels sensation of limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning the cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agony tensioned to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the
Biblically
construct
accurate
press.
snoo snoo.
Drill. Pressing on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Aww. We got the good ending.
Good is subjective.
Hey, we get biblically accurate snoo. Come on.
True. All at once, an unyielding tension breaks. We basically just said fuck reality.
Fuck ready, Robert sucks.
You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no worlds, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. There's something that is simply is.
Hey, Alice.
Hey. Do we ask, or do we just step forth?
Just step forth, I say.
Okay.
Do it.
You and she step forward into the 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each with containing 1,000 more. Thought to myself, Luxosis is not my fetish. Thank you, Red.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Well, especially when you can clone yourself. Still, you exist.
Listen, Red, if Alice could clone herself, we would never see her online anymore. She'd just be doing herself all the time.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Like, we would have to have Raptor. We'd have to have someone go to her house to check on her and make sure she's actually hydrating with all the seduction she's doing.
You exist and you're aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. What'd you say, Alice?
See? The void welcomes all.
How do we know that's not the
Nothing and
reason she was
everything exists
cramping?
at once. Now plunge yourself.
God damn it.
The conflict is in your nature. The two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home.
Honey, welcome home. Do you want dinner, a bath, or me?
Yes? I mean, I consider that ending an absolute win.
I told you that's a good win. Hey, that's probably a good ending. We don't know what the bad ending is. That's definitely a good ending.
You were worried earlier about doing an option that you did before.
Mm-hmm.
The game prevents that. It locks options that don't have any paths anymore.
Yeah, we couldn't find a second love angle. We were trying to get this
Hey,
next.
what are you, just your second inning?
Funny enough, as you ended just you beat the game 10 minutes before you usually end.
Hey.
Do you need someone to raid?
You didn't see all the waifus.
I'll see you sometime in a bit.
I got someone that I don't think you raided before. They got 92 views, but they're very cool.
Who is it?
Here, I'll type their name in chat.
It's Elsa the Slime Girl.
No.
Yes, Elsa's never seen herself anyway.
Playing a
There's
special
the name.
gratitude. Here's a track order. Special playlist for you. Yay!
She's adorable.
She's the otter person?
No, she's an adorable little cyclops.
Oh.
She's
Wait, I think I know
adorable.
that one then.
I'll get the raid message for
If I
however you
screw
do
the
choose.
female version of me, is that incest?
That was
Masturbating or
interesting.
self-love?
All the above?
So, is that one?
Minimize this. Minimize. Bring up. Of course it didn't bring up my channel. Okay, get their name.
I got a haircut at 3 o'clock. I might go live later before 3, but I'm not sure.
You mean a foam cut?
Touche. Anyways.
Okay. Bye
It's
everyone.
okay.
Thank you guys so much for
Bye.
being here. Sorry, I got it. Yeah, I know. Say bye, guys. No.
Bye.
Da, 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 da.
Fucking idiot to get out of